In today's video for Alpha Universe, we'll take a look at the latest Sony multifunction shooting grip, the GP-VPT3. It's a fun accessory that makes it easier to shoot vlogs and videos, as well as taking selfies when you're on the go. Here are the 3 features you need to know about. Let's get right into it with the first feature, Cablefree Operation. The VPT3 uses Bluetooth to pair up quickly with a Sony camera, and it gives you fast access to some of the most common features that you'll need. On the remote itself, there's a large button that can be used to take photos, a zoom toggle switch that pairs up nicely with some of Sony's power zoom lenses, like the 16 to 35mm f4 that I'm using in this video. There's also a video recording button, a C1 button that can be customized in the camera to quickly access whatever feature it is that you use the most, an AF on button, and a mode selector dial. To turn it off, you place the dial in the lock position, and you'll notice that there's a focus and a zoom option on that same switch. Depending on which one you select, you could change the operation of that toggle switch to either control the zoom on your lens or to control the focus on your camera. That feature, by the way, really comes in handy when you're shooting a focus bracketed image, which is a topic of an upcoming video. Now, I mentioned that this remote provides cable-free operation, and pairing it up with a camera is quick and easy. First, go into your camera's Bluetooth settings and make sure that it's turned on. Then head over to Bluetooth remote control and make sure that that's also turned on. If you're connecting this remote for the first time, select Perform New Pairing in that menu. This puts the camera into a Bluetooth pairing mode. Now we take the VPT3 and hold the record and the C1 buttons at the same time for a few seconds. You'll see on the camera screen a message asking you if you want to pair this device. Select OK, and that's it. Your remote is now paired up and ready to be used with the camera. The next feature on my list is one that you might not have noticed up to this point yet, and that's the removable remote control. With the new VPT3, you could choose to use the remote control attached to the grip, maybe when you're vlogging or you're taking selfies, and then you could also remove the remote control so that you still have control over your camera while still being able to use the tripod. The remote is held securely into the grip until it's time to use it, where a firm pull from this cutout area of the grip gets the remote out and ready to use on its own. On the back of the remote is where you'll find the door, which covers the battery for this remote, which is a single CR2032 lithium battery. Once you're done filming, you could securely place the remote back into the grip and be on your way. Now that we've looked at the remote, let's talk about the next thing, which is the tripod feature. Beyond just using the grip for vlogging or for taking selfies, you could quickly pull these 2 legs out to turn the VPT3 into a tripod. There's some cool functionality built into this that you don't see very often in grips like this. First, you could quickly tilt the camera forwards or backwards into various different positions by simply pressing this button on the side, adjusting the angle from there, and then releasing the button. There's another function of this grip that really comes in handy when you're vlogging. Let's say you're filming a video like this where you're talking to the camera and you suddenly decide that you want to show the viewer something that's in front of you. Now, you could switch your grip on the handle to turn the camera around, but then you just lost access to the remote. Additionally, I guess you could loosen the knob on the grip to turn the camera around, and then you could just tighten it back up, but I'm sure you'd agree that's pretty clumsy looking. Instead of doing all that, you could simply press this button on the grip, which allows the camera to spin 360 degrees or lock it into one of 4 positions. Now you could quickly switch from a shot where you're talking to the camera to showing what's in front of you in seconds. All of these features come together to make the VPT3 one of those essential accessories that you'll want to carry with you on your next photo or video shoot. The grip will be available in either white or black, and it's going to be priced at $159.99 in the US. You could also buy the wireless remote commander on its own for $89.99 US. Let me know if you have any questions about it in the comments section, and while you're there, be sure to subscribe to Alpha Universe to stay up to date on everything that's happening in the Alpha Universe. And listen, before you head out, make sure that you check out the videos that you see here on the screen, and I'll see you there.